Wow, what a crazy, crazy week we had. Um, yeah, so for you guys tuning in or watching this back on YouTube, I hope you're well. Smash the like button, hit the sub button if you haven't already. I'm trying to get to 600 subs by the end of the year. But, wow, last week, drama. So SoundCloud blocked my account. Well, they didn't block it, they like deleted it off the face of the planet. So I'm very happy to have my profile back. I did a lot of tweeting to SoundCloud and just hounded them every day. And eventually they reinstated my profile. So hooray for that. Yeah, we're going to get into the demo drop very soon. So guys, if you're tuning in, welcome. Let's get into it in about 5 minutes. Boom. Guys and girls, welcome. Yes, hello people, I see you there in the comments. Yeah, we are back. What a strange few weeks I had. So my SoundCloud got deleted off the face of the planet from SoundCloud, and I think I know why. 2 weeks ago, instead of cutting my live stream at 2 hours, I went for about 3 and a bit hours. So I reviewed heaps and heaps of tracks. Because I DM'd you all saying thank you for your submissions, it was about 30 DMs. So that could have been why I got deleted. But yeah, who cares? Hope you're all well. Yeah, but wow, what a sight to see my SoundCloud page back up and running. That was a shock. So yeah, I had I don't know, I think I counted about 13 or 14 people DMing me on Instagram asking what's going on. So good to know you guys were worried about me. But guys, let's get into the demo reviews, shall we? We are starting with, that's the other thing, guys. So when I got my, they're back. The followers are back. Okay, my apologies. Yesterday I was following 0 people. So I guess SoundCloud went back and gave me back all my followers. So Digage Infinite, looks like you are a new submitter, my friend. I'm going to give you a follow. Let's have a listen to Ignite. Okay, wow, the song really came to life when the drop happened. The intro and the build up was like very thin. But like I was surprised at the production quality in the drop. So obviously you've paid a lot of attention to your drop. What I will note, in your drop, you only move your bass line between 2 notes, and you have to be moving it between 4 notes because there are some disharmonics that are occurring. And basically what your chords are doing and your melody are doing are not being supported fully by your bass line. So you need to make sure that your bass line sort of complements and supports all the other production that you have above your track. But let's keep having a listen. Cool. Okay, Digage. Cool. Really good melody. The only thing that annoys me is the bass line. So basically, with a song, there's sort of 4 beats per bar, and traditionally every 4 bars, you have 4 different bass notes. So what happens is you have a bass note in your first bar, then you drop down to a second note for the second bar, third bar, and then you go back to the first note. Your bass line has to have different notes for each bar. Okay. Once you fix that up, man, you'll have a very nice sort of drop. The melody is very happy and very bright. You've selected a good key to have everything in. And I would definitely, if you were gonna, so my number one recommendation to improve this, fix your bass line so that it has 4 notes instead of just 2, because you're just alternating between the 2. And I would definitely pay some more attention to your introduction and this break here, because it sounds very thin, and like some of the comments said, a little bit repetitive with that sort of chipmunk vocal. So find some variation, play around with the pitch of that vocal, chop, and maybe don't use it so much. Play around with some panning, pan it a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, so you have some action happening between the ears. But man, thank you for submitting. Welcome to the community. You should definitely, if you're new to the channel, guys, I see you there on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Join the Discord community, guys. It's free to join, and we spend all week talking about music production and things like that. So you can post this song into the Discord and get feedback from everyone in the community. You can also promote your socials, any music you have. It's really cool, and it's really, really free. So jump on there and join up. All right, Chop 5, we are moving on. Let's have a listen to Nothing. Okay, Mr. Chop 5, it seems like your link is broken. So if you are watching Mr. Chop 5, make sure you update your link and resend it, my friend. You Are the Dead. Let's have a listen. I think this one's gone as well. Also another delete. So You Are the Dead. Sad to say, you are dead. All right, S143. We're going to have a listen to, it looks like a remix. S143 crossed with Marshmello. Summer Trance Mix. Let's have a listen. Has such a good vibe to it reminds me of and if the sky is falling, then I know that we'll be safe and sound. Man, this is actually like a really cool track, man. I like what you've done with your bass line. With your bass line, Mr. S143, what might occur if you try to play this track on a little Bluetooth speaker or a smartphone, you might find that you're not hearing your bass line too well, and it's because the current bass line you have is sitting directly between sort of the sub bass frequencies and the mid bass frequencies. So for instance, when your bass line is hitting on key, you'd be able to probably just hear it on a Bluetooth speaker, but the second your bass line goes down a few notes, it's just on the tipping point of turning into a sub bass. So you might find your bass line starts to sort of disappear in smaller speakers and smaller headphones and smaller earphones and things like that. So maybe it would be worth duplicating your bass line, putting an EQ on one and making it a sub bass, and then putting an EQ on your second bass line and boosting it in the mid frequencies, and then you will alleviate that issue. You'll get rid of that problem. Man, really, really cool track. That's super, I was gonna say super summery. Like, it is super summer. It reminds me of being at the beach and having some beer with friends, man. It's really, really nice. And as I said, it reminds me of that Safe and Sound song. If the sky is falling, then I know that we'll be safe and sound. Safe and sound. Yeah, man, really, really nice track. I think that has potential, man. You should. I mean, you've already had it out for 9 days or so. And you got, 345 plays, man. So there's some people there that are liking it. So leave it up there, my friend. Yeah, really cool, man. Thank you for submitting. We're going to push on to Curio City. Let's have a listen to Real World from Curio City. The Reese bass. Just gonna listen to that break again because it at first listen it lacked a bit of continuity, and I understand you put in a few different sounds in there, which was really cool, but it lost its flow. I think all you need is something as simple. It could be just a hi-hat that keeps the tempo, or just a snare throughout. I did hear a snare or a clap or something in parts, but it wasn't loud enough, so I want to listen again before I give better feedback. But let's have a listen. Yeah, so there was a snare in there keeping the rhythm. That's what I had to re-listen to it to make sure that's what I was hearing. So you have that snare in there that's sort of keeping the bass, but it's too thin. It sounds like it's your keys that you're just dropping into your hand. It sounds a bit weak for the song. You've created a really like loud, dynamic, alarming song, but then you have this little key jingle as a snare. Man, give us something bigger in there, and that'll really drive that sort of break you've made. Also, on your master chain, just put an EQ, and you want to cut out some of those. There are some high frequencies that are a bit harsh in the mix. Really cool sound design as well, man. Everything that you've selected, it doesn't sound out of place when you introduce it. Although they are very harsh sort of transitions between the sounds, they all work nicely together, man. So really well done. You don't really need to change much to this. I see you've got a couple of thousand plays, man. So people are already digging this track. I would definitely, if you have the opportunity to play this in a club or something, I would definitely get a bigger snare in there, especially in your big break. You need something that sort of drives that. You could maybe experiment in the second drop. I detected like you had a bit of a faster kick at the start. So you had a bit more happening in the second drop with your kick. You could maybe go Marshmallow style. Like Marshmallow often in his second drop has like a faster kick. So maybe you could try that to give the back end of your track a bit more variety from the first half of the track. Worth exploring, man. These are just ideas I'm trying to throw at you to sort of take your track to the next level. All right, we're going to push on. Made a new remix of Alan Walker. I hope you like it. Thank you. No problem, my friend. We are going to have a listen. It is the track got removed. Guys, we're not having much luck this week. There's so far 3 tracks that are not working. So sorry, Mr. MN, you are gone. Mr. Acrobats, let's have a listen, my friend. Acrobats has been killing it recently, so I'm very keen to hear this one. This is Jordan Tariff, Time Moves Slow, Acrobats remix.
Just a moment till you can hold it just the same. It takes something different, something strange to lead the way. If for a minute we can breathe, maybe you'll listen to me. But it's not done easily. Oh, time moves slow.
I feel like the first bass note of the drop could have been lower. I feel like it was hitting maybe 2 or 3 keys too high, so too sharp. Yeah, man, Acrobats, this is good, man. So I'm not familiar with the original, but man, what it sounds like, and this, as I said, because I don't know the original, I'm not sure what happens with the bass line of the original, but the production that you've built, it sounds like the bass line, the first the first 2 bars of each sort of drop sounds like the bass line is too high, and it's sort of it hits the right note in the 3rd bar. So it sounds like your bass line needs to go dun 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 dun. But it's your bass line's kind of starting on the dun 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 dun. Something sounds out in the bass, but one thing I'll commend you on very, very nicely is you didn't have these huge like build-ups. Like it sounded, the production that you created for this track sounded very organic. The vibe of the vocal is very dreamy, very chill, very, very relaxed. And as producers, we always want to show off our skill, you know, with production. And you kept the track sounding sophisticated. You didn't have these huge like build-ups and like big EDM breakdowns, because that would take away from the delicateness of the vocal. And man, I think you did that really, really well. Yeah, the only comment I have, man, is the bass line. The bass, something for me, for my ears, sounds off with your bass line. The first 2 bars of each drop, for my ears, sounds a little funny. So, all right, man, we are going to push on to DJ NV making a banger. Let's have a listen. I don't wanna make it bangin'. Let's have a listen. Yeah, sorry, I had the mic muted because I was being naughty. I ate some chocolate. Yeah, so what I was saying was I agree with the comments. I'm detecting some kind of growl in the bass line. So there's some element that's leaking bass frequencies, and I don't think that is sidechained. So there's sort of this bass sort of rumble is happening throughout, and to hear the kick you've mixed it really loud so that it can be heard. So you need to throw a sidechain. There's some element, I can't hear what it is yet, but something is leaking this sort of like this, a really deep bass, and it's sort of crushing everything down there. And that is why the kick is so loud, in my opinion. The kick has been mixed really loud so it can be heard. But that's because there's some stuff in the way, my friend. Just sidechain it out and it'll be gone.
Take me one more time. I don't wanna be without you again. I want you to stay, 'cause it feels okay. I just wanna go where you go tonight. Baby, hold my hand. Take me one more time. I don't wanna be without you again. I want you to stay, 'cause it feels okay. How don't need to, how don't need to, baby, tell me, baby, tell me, how don't need to, how don't need to, baby, tell me, baby, tell I just wanna go where you go tonight. Baby, hold my hand. Take me one more time. I don't wanna be without you again. I want you to stay, 'cause it feels okay. Bye, bye, see ya, but come back. Need you. I think about you. What can I do? I wanna know if I think of me too. Baby, come over, let me kiss you. Yeah.
Man, overall, the idea is very good. Like the melody is good, and it's sort of like it's got this really good groove. Like it's like this house groove that basically you could play something like this on a dance floor as a warm up, and it would be perfect because it's just sending out the vibe of it just being a groove. You know, this isn't going to be a chart topping single that's gonna like be a huge pop success. This is like a very good warm up track. So I think just revisit your bass line and see that there's something going on there. There's some bass frequencies leaking through from some other element in your track. It's not the vocal, it's not the hi-hats, it's something else. It's kind of something down there, down low, that's not sidechained. So it's creating some issues with your kick, my friend. But man, dig the vibe, dig that. Really, really cool. All right, we're pushing on to Audi Go. This track is called Ravens. I keep pressing the wrong button. Have a listen. Audi Co, my friend. I'm massively into the new like future rave sound at the moment. You've got the artist tagged. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can. David Guetta and Morton. Like this is the new sound of 2021. Man, you have to get a growl bass in there. So go listen to go listen to the live set of David Guetta in Dubai. There's always these really they're like they're like saw basses down in the lower octaves, and they have some overdrive on the channel. And man, the growl of that bass is sick. And if you add that to this track will be like, wow, man, it'll be so good. Give us that bass line, bro. Also, Audi, man, really good track. It really needs that growl bass. Also, just double check. You want to make sure when you have a sample. So I think what's happening, your kick, right? Sounds like your kick is slowly drifting out of rhythm, right? Only a tiny bit. This has happened to me before, and I could never find out why, but I know why it was happening. Basically, when you drop in a kick sample, when you're really zoomed out on the project, it looks like it's filling up a whole sort of beat. So then you just hit Command D, or like you duplicate that kick. But if it's just shorter than one beat, when you duplicate them all, instead of sitting exactly on the beat, if it's a tiny bit less, you'll have every kick that's hitting just off the beat. And I was detecting that in your track. I heard it a tiny bit at the start and then a lot here at the end. So just make sure that your kick sample is landing directly on the beat. And man, please, please, please add another bass line to this. Get a growl bass in there, man. Give this track some aggression. It is almost there. Man, it is so close to being there. So please spend a little bit of time and get it perfect, man. Let's see. 15-year-old from Dakar, man. Really cool, man. I don't remember you submitting before. Okay, so it was very long ago, 4 months ago, man. So okay, I understand why I do not remember you, but man, you're making some good music, so keep that up. Definitely work on that bass line, my friend, and you'll be a leader of the future rave scene in no time. All right, thank you, man. We are pushing on to Critison. Let's have a listen to Dashed. So Critison, my friend, there's a definite improvement in your mixing, my friend. I remember you sent in like 3, 4, 5, 6 tracks maybe that were all like poorly mixed. So some things were really loud, some things were really quiet, but man, this is much better, much better. I will admit the second half of the track is a bit better because you have this sustained tone throughout that's sort of making it like a bass line. Because the first half of the track didn't have a bass line. Like all through here, there's no bass line in there, but here there was. So Critison, my friend, good work with the mixing. It is much better. You can visually see on SoundCloud where you added those huge sort of bass samples. Like you can see the peaks here. Where you've integrated them, they're too loud. So we listen again. You can actually hear it sort of distorting in there as well. So just be mindful of that, man. You did a much better mix, man. Unbelievable. So much better. Guys, someone just sent a donation. I will check who that is and you will be the next track reviewed. So thank you, whoever donated. I'm just going to quickly check. I get my donations come through on my watch. How cool is that? Okay, yes, I know who this is. Mr. Let us know if you're in the chat there, Mr. DTS. I'm pretty sure that was you that donated. Mr. DTS. We are going to have a listen to DTS Autotune because he sent in a donation. So, Critison, man, much better with the mixing, man. I'm going to tell you that. Try and add a bass line in throughout like most of your track because a bass line gives your track a bit of depth and a bit of substance. At the moment, although you have all these sort of dubstep samples in there, you need something that carries it along and gives it something to sit on, and that is literally your bass line. So, man, very good. If I had a hat, I would take it off to you. Really good job, man. All right, DTS. What happened to you as well, bro? Did your profile get deleted as well? Let's listen to Autotune from DTS. Okay, so I see it's just like an idea at the moment. What I really, really digged, and I think you should try and do more of in this track, you had the pitch, you had your 2 synths doing the same thing, and then you pitch bent one of them, and it sounded really cool. Where was it? No, it was here. That's really cool. Play around with some more pitch bend, and I know this is probably just in the idea stage. I would definitely add some more elements. I'm gonna think about other elements you can add. Yeah, let's have a think. Yeah, so I remembered hearing like the white noise before. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, okay. I like the melody that you've got. I like the pitch bend. They're the two things that stand out for me. Some of the things, and this might be harsh, man, because I assume this is just an idea. It sounds like your percussion has been a bit of an afterthought. Like the snare drum sounds a bit thin. The kick is okay, but things like a hi-hat in there would work well as well. Sort of like how Oliver Heldens does. He just does that hi-hat, but he slowly pitch bends it up, and that builds some suspense. So definitely add something like that in to sort of build some suspense in the track. Also, you do have some white noise in there, and you have it as like a percussive element, which is really, really cool. So you have like a tss, 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 tss. That's good because it's like it's not just white noise doing a sweep up or a sweep down. You've made it like, yeah, you've made it an instrument, which is kind of cool. But it sounds like the frequency of white noise you've picked is a bit too low. So you need to pick up the frequencies. So instead of it being like a shh, like through your teeth, you want to make it like a tss, 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 like a tis tis rather than a ch ch ch, rather than a ch ch ch. I don't know how well I'm explaining that. I hope it makes sense. But your white noise sounds a bit too like, and it should be like. Tss, tss, tss. I think that would sort of give your track a bit more sort of breathing space as well, because everything's very low and compact. I want to hear that pitch bend again. That's it. The other thing too is your bass line is really, I would say it's driving the track enough that you could almost pull back a bit on the volume of your lead as well, because you have a very sort of funky bass line. It's very smooth, and it's like very I don't know the word. It's very like Oliver Heldens. Like it's bouncy, but it's you're not trying to make it bouncy. Just the sound design that you've created. It sounds like it wants to bounce. Man, if you know how to pitch bend the lead, start pitch bending some other stuff, man. Pitch bend some samples and things like that. I hope that helps. I know it's just an idea, so there's not too much for me to give feedback on yet, other than throw on another synth, try another melody, see what happens, man. It's the funnest part is getting a sound design right. So I hope that's given you some inspiration, man, to keep going. Thank you for submitting, man. Thank you for the donation as well, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was stressing last week because my SoundCloud was wiped off the face of the planet, but we are back in business. All right, Wilson, let's have a listen to Horizon. Very much work in progress. No problem at all, my friend. Let's have a listen. Wilson, my friend, I'm disappointed. I'll tell you why. This track was crying out for a hi-hat hitting off the beat. So instead of on the beat, it should have been, yeah, man. You sort of had it here, which was good. It changed the dynamic of the track, but I felt like it could have come in sooner. This is all on the beat, man, but no stress. You did bring it in here in this moment. But I think with this track, man, this track, in previous tracks that you've sent, and I know this is a work in progress, so let's roll with this. This track feels very constant, feels very consistent. There's not much light and shade yet, and I know that you often create these projects very quickly and very nicely. You often have nice bits of light and shade. So yeah, that will just come with more development. You'll work on some more automations and things like that. I did like these parts here, but the energy was still there. It was still very sustained, very loud, things like that. So you could do something just as simple as putting an auto filter on there and slowly automating the filter on it. You know, roll back on the frequencies a bit and then bring the frequencies out, and then a bit of a white noise sweep up, and then bang, back into the sort of the main melody. Man, but it's in a good place. That's a very good framework to now sort of sprinkle the final sort of glorious touches on it, man. Man, good. Keep going. Man, you're making such good music constantly. So man, keep up the good work. Really good stuff. Really good. Good job from the VC. So well done, my friend. Yeah, just a bit more tinkering around, man. Get around it. All right, we're gonna push on to Mr. Ryan Christopher, The World at Fault. Let's have a listen.
Somebody everybody needs. You know I can give you what you need. I can give you guidance to the sun. I can wait until early morning. We can always dream away. I can feel you, I hear you calling. Nothing's gonna stop our way. If you're feeling lost and you're falling, I can make you feel okay. We can dream away.
Nice. This is the drop, very melodic. I love the plucky lead. The bass line that you have, it sounds a little too loud. It sounds like it's clipping, but let's keep going. It could just be the fact maybe you have some overdrive or some aggression on there. So I'll keep listening and Yeah, man, I dig this track. Just the bass line in your drops and your build up. It's like 10% too loud. Like you need to bring down that sort of the bass line that you have in your drop, and especially your build up. Automate the volume in the build up so that you slowly ease the pluck in, the pluck bass. Where is it? Super chill here. And then that pluck bass starts, and it's already like so loud. So if you started it off slowly, if you started off quietly and automated it in, man, I think it would gel a lot better with the track. And in the drop, you have your lead. In my opinion, your lead is the star of the drop. But for my ears, the bass line is fighting with the drop, and it's sort of like, just make the bass line a little quieter, my friend. I think it'll be schmick, schmick. But up to you, man. Like, music's subjective, so you might sit there and read the comments from others, and you might listen to my feedback, and you might go, stuff you all, you know, like, I made the song the way I want to, I like the bass line the way it is, and that's perfectly fine, man. Music is subjective, so what sounds perfect in your ears sounds a little bit off for my ears. It might sound perfect to you and everyone in the chat, and I could be wrong. So don't be too stressed by any feedback, guys. This is all for fun, and it's all for free. So thank you so much for tuning in each week. If you do want to skip the line, you can donate. That's when it's not free, but I do all this for free. So let's get into it. This is the first remix I'm listening of the new track, the Mike Williams and Jonas Aiden track. I hope you know, by Mad Boys. Let's have a listen. Mad Boys are making some good music. Let's have a listen to what the guys have produced. I was just listening back. The intro sounded like it was in a different key to their vocal, but let's just keep listening.
When I'm feeling good, but I miss it all. When I get too high and I need your love, and it's my fault. I know a place where we can go, where dreams are meant to grow. I hope you know.
Yeah, I'm still wondering it. It does sound a little out of key. Na 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 na. Hey, it sounds very Macklemore, this part. Guys, the music production is very good. Like, once again, very good, like, quality, very good sound design, and it all sort of works together. But I feel like the vocal is not sitting right on the track. So you can do two things. You can pitch the vocal so that it sits on your track, or you can sort of like redo all your production so that it is in key with the track itself. But like, I dig your drop, and the melody and the sound design is all good. It's just, for my ears, it's not gelling right with the rest of the track. That's just my opinion, but guys, and the thing I like the most is your bass line, guys. The we've had an interesting night with bass lines. The first half of the show, we had bass lines missing, bass lines lacking, and the second half of the show, we've had killer bass lines. Guys, this bass line is sick. Very, very Mike Williams, very bouncy, very Mesto, Jay Hardway, Mike Williams vibe. Really well done. Just, yeah, it sounds a little, for my ears, sounds a little disjointed. But guys, very good percussion. Keep it up. We're gonna move on to David XUX. Here we go. Another Mike Williams, Jonas Aiden remix. I guess this is it'll be a talent pool remix contest, I guess. So ladies and gentlemen, we're probably going to hear a lot of these in the coming weeks. So maybe I'll enter it again. I don't know. Let's have a listen. So Dave XUX, Mike Williams, Jonas Aiden. I hope you know we're listening to two remixes back to back. Let's have a listen.
Are you the one to call when I'm with my friends and I feel alone? When I get too drunk and I can't get home, and it's my fault. Are you the one to call when I'm feeling good but I miss it all? When I get too high and I need your love, and it's my fault. Come take my hand, I'll lead you in the dark. We'll dance on the stars. I hope you know.
I think this is the same. This is not hitting the same key as the sort of verse that you built. Everything was in key. The intro, the verse, the build up, and then the drop is happening out of key. So I don't know how you guys attack like remix contests or whatever. I literally download the MIDI clips of the songs so that I already have the key. It takes out all the guesswork of knowing which key is it in, what bass notes do they hit, and then you can just adjust all the timings, the positioning of the notes, and then you're producing everything in key, but you're still making it your own. And it's not cheating. This is what millions and millions of producers do all the time. They basically just copy chords and then move everything around. Okay, guys. So I just got a notification from Facebook saying my video's been blocked. I assume it's because of the Mike Williams tracks owned by UMG. So who thought this track was released by Spinnin'? Guys, I'm just give me 1 sec. I need to check something. Sorry, I just need to check. There's some credits. Yeah, okay, so I can't review any more of these Mike Williams remixes because for some reason Universal Music has properly licensed the track. So I don't know if you guys can see here, but the live stream that was occurring on Facebook has now been blocked in 249 countries. So cool. So sorry, Mr. David XUX. I'm gonna have to cut this one short, my friend. But man, guys, when you build remixes, try and build the whole track in the same key. I don't know, it sounds kind of basic saying that, but when we build these tracks which have the verse and an original vocal in one key, we should build the track to that key, not change the key for the drop and then change it back in the next verse. That's not how music works. So maybe David, you can use that advice moving forward. Sorry, I can't listen to the rest. I've already been booted off Facebook. I'm just gonna check. I think I'm definitely gone off Facebook. I don't think I'm live anymore. No, I'm not live anymore on Facebook. So greetings to everyone on Twitch and YouTube. I guess that's where we are now. So hang on, we need to turn off Facebook. All right, so yeah, I guess moving forward I can't review any more of those guys, so that is a big shame. All right, Complaint, let's listen to Shades and Complaint Let's Party version 3, volume 3. Let's have a listen. Guys, we have David Guetta in the chat. Make him feel welcome. Hope you're well, my friend. I loved your set in Dubai. Next time you're there, man, let me know. We can do a back-to-back. Man, absolute fire, bro. I love the sort of pots and pans sounds, man. It sounds so cool. It's they don't sound like cowbells. I guess they are, but they really sound like pots and pans, like really like dunk 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 dunk. Man, really cool. So far, best track of the night, man. Really, really cool. I just read that it's dropping on the 27th, so this is signed, sealed, and delivered, man. Really, really cool track. Very, very nicely done, man. Can't fault anything, really. There was a little section here that was a bit... That section for me was a little bit boring, but man, fire. You sort of had four bars of... not 4 bars, like... probably 8 bars of just like a chill beat there. But man, absolute fire, man. Very, very good. Very, very nice quality, man. Good luck with the release, man. So let's have a listen to Hard Hip Chow, Happy or Sad Idea.
I hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. I can hear it now. I hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. I can hear it now. I hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. I can hear it now.
One thing I can't hear too much of is a bass line, man. Here's a bass line. Yeah, man, I hear it, the faintest bass line. It's tiny. You really need to bring that bass line in, man. I think from the tiny bass line that I could hear, everything was hitting the right notes. You just need to make it louder, man. At the moment, the track sounds a little too empty. So I think with the bass line there, it will fill that up, because all your sound design sounds quite good. All your samples and things like that, all the sort of synths, and instruments you've selected, they all work together nicely in the track. Man, just get that bass line in, come on. This week is the week of bass lines, I think. We have great bass lines, we have no bass lines, we have some bass lines that are not hitting the right notes, we have other bass lines that are in there, but are a little bit too quiet. So just thank you for submitting, my friend. All right, OVR, we're gonna have a listen. Keep Me Closer. Let's have a listen.
to end. Yeah. Keep me closer. Don't need closure. 'Cause I don't want it to end. Yeah. Keep me closer. Don't need closure. 'Cause I don't want it to end. Yeah. Keep me closer. Don't need closure. 'Cause I don't want it to end. Yeah.
Man, very nice. I got my drumsticks out, man. The percussion in this track was unreal, man. Very, very nicely done. Very, very nice. This is another track, man. This and the track from Compliant before, man. Like nothing needs to be changed. Maybe the only thing that was, I would say, is like the tiniest drawback. Like there's nothing wrong with this track at all, man. This track is very strong. Only thing for me that was a drawback was when you had your huge sort of drop happening, you had very high energy like production around like a vocal that was sort of like just doing its thing. It wasn't like da, da, da. It was sort of like da, 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 da. Like it was very, it wasn't matching the excitement of your production. See, this is big production, and then when the vocal comes in, when it gets resampled, it's very like so man, that's like the only drawback I can think of for this whole track. So man, very, very nicely done. Very nice, man. Production perfect. I love the percussion, perfect. I love the snares you had, especially in the outro here, how they were rolling. Really good, man. Very, very nicely done, man. Keep up the good work. Yeah, DTS, I've only had one donation come through, man. So let me know if it has charged you, because then I can write to PayPal and try and get it refunded to you, my friend. Felix Cartel, Harmony. Let's have a listen. Felix remix. Bro, insane. Very, very good. This is like the 2020 slap house sound, man. Perfect track. Perfect. Um, the in contrast to the last track from OVR, the vocal of this like rose to the occasion when the music production was bigger, the vocal was bigger, you know? So it was really nice and everything sounded pretty well mixed. Like maybe the vocal could be like 5% louder, but that's just me trying to find something to correct. But it's funny, like the second half of this demo reviews tonight is for me pretty easy because some of the tracks have been so good I can't really give you any tips to make it even more fire. Man, insane. Very, very good track, man. I cannot fault anything. So very, very nice, man. Very nice. DTS, thank you, my friend, for the donation. We're going to have a listen to Testing the Motorbike. Also, man, let me know in the comments what happened to your profile as well, because I remember you definitely had more followers than just 2. So let me know in the comments what happened, brother, whilst we listen to Testing the Motorbike. Man, this is very good, and I was worried, right? I was worried when you brought in this. I was worried that when you brought in that dun, 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 that you were going to overuse it, but you've done it perfectly. You've done this cool sort of call and response thing that a lot of songs have. So you have a melody happen, and then you have a counter melody come in that's like totally different sound design, which you do here very nicely. Man, cool. It's got all this weird and wacky sound design in it that works quite well. One thing, in my opinion, that doesn't work well, and maybe you've tried it, maybe you haven't tried it, the kick, right? Especially in this part where the kick kind of goes like dun 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 instead of just keeping the beat. I don't know if it adds to the song in how you've done it, or maybe having it just as a regular kick, maybe it makes the track sound too empty. So I don't know, maybe try it with just a regular kick, and then try it with this sort of dun 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 dun. And probably the final thing I would experiment with is, instead of having the vocal chop being like whoa 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 sort of every time after, like, you know, 4 rotations of your melody and then putting the vocal, you have these tiny pauses where it goes dun 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 pause dun dun. You could have in those tiny pauses just a whoa. That could be, hang on. Whoa. Come on, something like that. So you could chop up the vocal and have it in those tiny little gaps. Dun 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 dun. Whoa, dun 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 dun. Hey, dun 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 dun. Whoa, something like that gives the track a bit more variety in it. Fill those little holes with some teeny tiny sounds. It can be like Complaint did and have some like sort of pots and pans sounds. Something weird and wacky, because this track is very experimental. I can hear from the beginning and from the name, it's like very raw and very sort of in a good place where you have your basic sound design already there for the track, right? So you can build off that and try some things. Some things will sound terrible. Some things you might think, yeah, maybe later, and you can mute that track, but keep it there. Man, this is an interesting one, because it's like there's no real melody. The song, in my opinion, is not really telling a story. It's just sort of like it's different levels of loops and noise in different places. So this is like a very like what's the genre? There's like a genre called like industrial. I think it's just called industrial, or like industrial house or something like that, which is it's full of this sort of stuff. Really, really cool. I'm trying to think if that's the actual genre. I'm not sure, but industrial house rings a bell. I don't know, but it gives me vibes of that sort of genre. So, man, I think, yeah, if you want to pursue this one, keep going, keep adding to the weird and wacky. But I'm just trying to think. After all those comments, I can't think of much more to say with this one. So, I hope that helped you, my friend. Yes. Thank you for the donation as well, bro. Appreciate that, because I've run out of beer, so I need to go to the beer store and buy some beer. So thank you very much, man. All right, we just heard from Felix before DTS. So now we are up to Inkies. Not sure how you say it, but hopefully that's close. All right, Inkies. Let's listen to All the Things. That's when we forget just who we are. Make us come together when it's alright. That's when you remember who you are. 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 Never knew you like that. Never knew you like that. Man, very good. Thank you for the phonetic explanation there, OVR. So Inkies, I got it now. Also Inkies, bro, this is insane. This is very, very good, man. Very, very good. That's when you remember who you are. That's when we forget just who we are. Make us come together when it's alright. That's when you remember who you are. Man, Inky's very good, man. I didn't do it. Man, really cool. This is very similar to this is giving me similar vibes from the track that Felix sent in. What, two tracks ago? Um, Man, the only thing, because this is also very strong, like music production wise. What I would recommend is if you add some reverb automation to just a few elements, something like your hi-hats, right? So trying to think like here. So when your kick drum sort of stops, you stop your kick drum on like the first beat of the last bar there. You could then automate some reverb on your hi-hat channel that just has a reverb sort of time of like 3, 4, 5 seconds and slowly stretch it out, like automate it out. So then your hi-hats will sort of have like a tail on it, like a wisp, like a whoosh as they finish, instead of it's very tight. And your track has such a vibe, man. It's so dreamy. It's sort of like it has two emotions that this stirs in me. It's either like a beach club with like, you know, day beds and these white sheets sort of just swinging in the breeze, or this is like a nightclub vibe where there's sort of like, you know, purple lights and like smoke machine. So it's very dreamy and it's very summery at the same time. So you need to keep that sort of wispy, flowy vibe. And I think some reverb automation on some elements like your hi-hats would really just add the finishing touches on there. It's man, silky smooth all over. Very good, man. Guys, the second half of this demo drop has just sort of gone through the roof. All right, Asparagus, let's have a listen. When you submit while watching the stream, laughing my ass off. All right, Asparagus, jump. Let's have a listen. Jump 3. Okay, the clap is mixed really loud already, so you can bring that down like 10% easily. Really good, man. The drop was good, very constant. What I will mention is there's something in your drop that is clashing with your hi-hats, because the hi-hats are very soft in your drop. When your drop ends and sort of the elements of the drop finish, the hi-hat is so much louder in this break. So it sounds so much louder. So maybe there's some high frequencies from somewhere that's clashing and affecting the volume of the hi-hat. But man, so far the melody's good. I'm just reading, it's not the newest version. Doesn't matter, man. It's good. Also, I'm going to comment on your asparagus here. This one is definitely a smiley asparagus. I hope you guys see that. There's like an eye here, a nose, and a mouth here. And then just one eyebrow. So maybe the other eyebrow got blown away in the wind. Who knows? Just the same here as the intro, the clap is very loud again, so bring that down a little bit in volume. Man, good. Overall, good. I think the drop, like many traditional drops in recent years, they don't sort of play all the way through like your one does. Normally, like in the middle of the drop, they'll have like they'll strip away a few elements for a bar, things like the kick, the bass line, and the percussion, and they might just have the melodic hook play, and then it goes back into the full production. So sort of like they have like a mini sort of pause in the middle of each drop. That's something you could integrate into this to just give it and take your track to that next level of awesomeness. Very good. I love this sort of slippery, slidey lead. That was really cool how it was sort of sliding around all the notes instead of being like it was like whap 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 whap, like it was sliding around. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, white noise riser to give it a bit more impact on that drop as well. Man, really cool, really cool. I know Asparagus, man. You're a young guy from the UK, man. You're making some very good music, man. So keep that up, please, please. Guys, we have 10 minutes left, so I'm going to listen to a few more and then that's it. There's more tracks when I scroll up, okay? I don't know the order. I'm going to listen to MN and one more track, and then that's it for the night. So apologies if you missed out, but you will be first next week. So let's have a listen to MN. Please check my other remix. Yep, I'm just reading. Once again, sorry for removing the video. No stress, my friend. Let's have a listen to Avicii Without You, MN remix.
You said that we would always be.
And MN, I'll just give you a warning. If you're not watching now in the live stream, chances are your whole track will be muted if you're watching it back on YouTube, because with a lot of these remixes, the vocal will get sort of triggered for copyright, so it might be muted when you're watching this back online.
Without you, I feel lost at sea. Through the darkness, you hide with me. Like the wind, we'd be wild and free. You said you follow me anywhere, but you're
Man, really good. Really good. I see that it's already out there on YouTube. So man, it's out there. People are liking it. You've got 136 views. You got 26 thumbs up, man. So good job overall. I like the drop. I think it lacks a bit of high frequency. So all the and this could be due to the YouTube compression with the upload, but everything sounded a little flat in the high end. So maybe perhaps it did have those high frequencies in the mix before you uploaded it. So now you know for next time, man, give your master EQ a bit of a bump in the high frequency. So next time you upload to YouTube and it compresses the sound, maybe it will sound a bit better. How was the quality? The quality was on auto. Yeah, so the percussion, so like your snare drum, your hi-hats, everything sounded a bit muffled in the mix, but man, it's good. Overall, the idea is sick. Just some teeny tiny critiques on the high frequencies. They're a little bit fuzzy and a little bit rounded off instead of nice and tis tis tis. They're a bit hish hish hish, if that makes sense. All right, and we are finishing off with so I said I was going to do MN and then one more track. DTS is finished for the night. He sent us 2 donations, so we are finishing up with OVR. So let's listen to OVR ID Work in Progress. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Guys, thanks for sticking around. I'm not sure, most of you probably know if you're in the Discord or if you follow me on Instagram, I purchased a cafe. So I will be, what's the date? Today's the 17th. 24th. Yeah, so in 1 week's time, I'll be in there with the keys, setting up and renovating and aiming to open about 6 days later. So wish me luck, and yeah, pretty cool endeavor. I plan on doing some live streams from the cafe, so stay tuned for that. All right, OVR, let's have a listen.
It's just too hard to move when you're standing right there. It's just too hard to walk away and leave you like that. Can we give it one more night, just one more night? It's just too hard to move when you're standing right there. It's just too hard to walk away and leave you like that. Can we give it one more night, just one more night?
Nice, man. A lot of Kashmir rises that I'm hearing as well.
It's just too hard to move when you're standing right there. It's just too hard to walk away and leave you like that. Can we give it one more night, just one more?
Also, if you process the vocals, man, they're very nice. I love the reverb that happens when there's sort of no singing, so that the vocal sort of has a bit of presence as it's already finished, if that makes sense. And that's very, very nicely done.
It's just too hard to move when you're standing right there. It's just too hard to walk away and leave you like that. Can we give it one more night, just one more night?
Yeah, man, very nice work with the vocal. And then I read Christopher's comment about the bass. And then, so in the second half of the track, I was listening to the bass. And yeah, the bass is a little, like it's a little quiet for the track. You have this very sort of like ravey lead, like a very trancy lead, with sort of those cutting high frequencies, that's like dominating the sound, like in a very good way. Maybe it needs a bit more bass. So you could do a few different ways. You could mix the bass louder. You could EQ the bass and give it a bit of a bump, or you could just go on your master chain, throw another EQ on there, and just give it a tiny bump in the bass frequencies. Man, guys, what a show! That was insane. I'll be honest, it's good to be back. Because yeah, I was worried there for a while that I was never going to see my SoundCloud again. All right, guys. So as you may or may not know, for those new joining in, every stream that I do, I take note of everyone's URL on the side of my screen, and then I ask my smartphone to pick a winner. So this week I reviewed 21 tracks. So I'm going to ask my smartphone to pick a random number between 1 and 21, and that person will win a free mastering by me. Hooray! Hey Siri, can you pick a random number between 1 and 21, please?
A random number between 1 and 21 is 3.
3! Whoa! Going back. We are going back. I found it. Yes, so trusty old Siri picked number 3, and number 3 was the lucky Curio City. So we listened to Curio City Real World. So congratulations, my friend. Feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. That's the best method of contact for me. And yeah, I'll master one of your tracks for free. Guys, that's it. Good to be back. Love you all. Thanks for sticking around. Yeah, see you next week, I guess. Ciao.